r/AskReddit, what addiction is seen as completely normal by society? Endless scrolling. Shopping. Sugar. Coffee. Energy drinks. Surprise, no one has said this, but lottery tickets. Smartphones in general, I'd say. So many, myself included, are unable to put their phones away completely during social settings. The phone follows you everywhere now. I remember the days when I would read the ingredients on the nearest shampoo bottle while taking a shit because there was nothing else to do. Edit, I forgot to add the procrastination it causes. As we speak, I've been putting off a jog for at least 2 hours by browsing Reddit instead. Social media. Everyone is always on social media, even I am personally an addict. I'm constantly taking pictures for my Instagram, posting on my Snapchat, or scrolling through TikTok. An endless cycle between the three apps. Consumerism. TikTok. The algorithm is insanely good at keeping people on it for long periods of time. Attention. Some can't see the truth that they are out there trying to compete against one another and can't understand why people don't like them, so they try harder. It's an endless loop because they will never be happy with what they have already. Life. I was gonna say cocaine, but okay. Not crack, but cocaine is hugely accepted within pro sports, celebrities, rich people, so on and so forth. It's definitely frowned upon for the most part, but it's also not meth or crack. You'd be surprised at the amount of people who do it. People you'd never think of. It's a big secret a lot of the time, but it's extremely popular. Cocaine is everywhere. Porn. In America, living to work. 60+ hour work weeks and never taking vacation out of a weird loyalty to a company that will lay you off without hesitation if the bottom line is at risk. Water. Do not let it get a hold of you. You will resent its absence. Infinite scrolling in apps. Drinking and smoking are the obvious ones. But sugar is a hidden demon. I've been weaning myself off it for the last 2 months. My quality of life is night and day in comparison. Anger addiction. Certainly being outraged about social problems can result in effective social action. Being outraged feels more powerful and active than sadness or empathy. Try expressing thoughts and prayers and take a look at the angry responses from people who associate anger with empowerment. Walking around in a constant state of outrage, even if it's justified about a certain thing, may eventually cause people to redirect their anger toward every minor irritant in their lives because it has the illusion of control and power. Anger can also escalate into destructive behavior that is not effective in addressing whatever problem needs solving. Being angry all the time can't be good for mental, physical, or emotional health, or for the people who have to encounter the angry person. Alcohol. People seeking attention in social media. Wine addiction, and then they say, I'm not an alcoholic. Lady, you drink a bottle a day. I'm pretty sure you are, because wine is still an alcoholic drink. McDonald's bro. Asking the same questions every week on AskReddit. Stealing Hyundais. Excessive eating. It's not being body positive, it is being point blank unhealthy. People need to stop trying to normalize obesity. Marijuana. Most my friends smoke. A few are very addicted and not themselves if they can't get their smoking in. They go through withdrawals. Maybe it's because of how potent the stuff is nowadays. Watching pornography. Seems pretty habitualistic. Alcohol, honestly. Like, yeah, it can get bad enough that people see it as a problem, but it is way later than it should be, and alcohol is so much a requirement for people to have fun that it's kind of sad. I know people who will not date people who don't drink. A friend of my wife's recently was sent a photo of her friend by her fiancé, who is a doctor, who was giving her 4 fluids at home because she was so dangerously drunk. It was done in a jokey manner. My wife and I were concerned, but we're so the minority with that group that it fell on deaf ears. Though, pretty inarguably, the latter is into the it's a serious problem kind of thing, but everyone's acceptance of alcohol just kind of makes it a fun little anecdote. Her brother passed out with his eyes open in a locked bathroom. They had to break the door down. I thought the kid was dead. Another fun anecdote. I'd think it was just that group, but I hear these fun stories from so many people. Working long hours and pretending it's fine. Religion. A girl I know can't have a conversation without quoting the Bible or talking about Jesus like he is an old friend of hers. I'm not religious, so I find it really annoying, but everyone else seems fine with it. Life in general. I'd do just about anything to keep on living. Gambling. One of the worst addictions. Gotcha addiction. Rather than trying to have useful conversations, a ton of people are just looking for ways to make other people wrong about stuff and to one-up them. Righteous indignation. So much of our world has become addicted to the endorphin rush they get when they work up a fit of righteous indignation. They get to point their finger at that bad person and proclaim their own victimhood. It is not only acceptable, but even lauded. It happens on the small, individual scale, and on the large, even global scale. This addiction has become the single defining characteristic of modern political discourse. This addiction has torn apart families, ruined friendships, and if it continues unabated, will destroy democracy. Weed. Prepared for a barrage of downvotes, but it's true. I don't hate it, I still use it myself. Just not nearly as much as I used to in my early 20s, which was pretty much all day every day when I was clearly addicted and in denial. But it's not addictive. Which always cracks me up. You can become fully dependent on almost anything if you do it too frequently. Social media. It's crazy out there. A fake lifestyle. Social media, of course, is the root cause, but is sprouted this narcissism culture of always bragging, and if you run out of actual things to brag about, you invent it. You fake it. Sugar for sure. Because our society prioritizes profits. Things are meant to be addictive to sell, so people buy. Sugar is worse than caffeine. Our food supply is inundated with packaged garbage, much of which is targeted to children. We can't get ads out of our face. Profit over people. Porn. Money. So normal that I can't find anyone mentioning it. People are encouraged to get as much as they can, more than they need, and any attempt to cut them off can provoke anger and retaliation. Instead of being addressed, the addiction is tolerated if not defended. A billionaire may often be portrayed as a success rather than someone with a worrying, socially damaging problem. Oxygen. People are so addicted to it that they'll die without it. Caffeine, alcohol. Media, porn, masturbation, sex, alcohol, smoking, buying, money, eating, medication, coffee, apathy, judgment, hatred, debauchery. Porn. Video games, TV, media in general. Coffee. My granddad used to have 5 cups only in the morning. And trust me, they were big cups. Competition addiction and addiction to approval. Sex. Chapstick. It's perfectly fine to slip some addictive sugar into your addictive coffee. Lots of people also like to enjoy this with an addictive cigarette, though this is admittedly less normal than it was 10 to 15 years ago. But all of this pales in comparison to social media addiction. Greed. Well, greed at the cost of others' well-being, like employees and customers' safety. and far beyond what any normal human could use in a lifetime. Maybe it's more of an American thing, but a lot of people just worship rich people and contribute to their riches by vicariously wanting to be like them and buying their products, like the Kardashians. Hoarding anything else is usually seen as a mental illness, but having more dollar than God. A-okay. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you have enjoyed this video and subscribe to never miss an upload.